The topic of the today webinar is, of course, RBE Plus, as you can see from the window, from the monitor. We have already talked about these new product during the pre-launch webinar, but anyway, there are some people here this afternoon that has not attended this webinar. So just in case, I'm pretty sure that some additional features and functions about this product will be shared this afternoon together. So as you have noticed, sorry for that, your audio is muted only because in this case we can assure that the audio quality should be a little bit better for all of us. So in the moment, I'm also need to write down some names that I cannot view in my list, so sorry for that. And okay, we should be all. Yep. Okay, so once again, good afternoon. I'm Enrico Cesarin, employed into the technical department of technical training department of CAME. And this afternoon we will see in a very short way, because of course we have planned a 1 hour webinar, but we will talk about the RBE just because it is quite simple. It has some improvements related to the old RBE 4, but it is not so, let me say, it is not a real new product. Is a new product with a very strong base, which was the previous RBE 4 model, which has been improved in terms of some particular features. Then we will go throughout the whole product, but we will focus on the strength points. So obviously you are free to make questions just in case. In our okay, in live mode, no, because the audio, of course, it is muted, but you can use the chat just in case. It is available in your webinar comments in the bottom part of the screen, I hope. And of course, I'm writing here our email addresses, which are traininginternational@came.com for the official one of the office. And then there is my private business one, which is cesarin@came.com. So the initial of my name, Enrico, the surname cesarin@came.com. Okay, so RBE Plus, nothing more than this. We can just go through, and here there is the first picture that represent the device. So as you can find out when you buy it. So RBE Plus is a 4-channel receiver, which is suitable to work with the CAME selectors, transmitters. It is suitable to work also with CAME automations, of course, as well. And mainly it's a device that provides a useful and scalable access control solution, which can be focused in a wide range of applications, both in residential, commercial, and industrial sectors. So we will see at the end that CAME has prepared some kits going in the direction of complete the RBE Plus with our access control facilities. So we will use the access control gateways in order to do that. But obviously, the meaning of the RBE Plus is also to be used as standard input and output controls. So really management in order to simplify everything. So when we go throughout the overview, we can see that the design is being renewed when we compare, of course, the new RBE Plus product with the old one, which was the RBE 4. So in this moment, we are talking about a new modern design and new materials. Also, the control box the control box, sorry, the plastic box, sorry for this, is mainly come from the other control boards that are used, for example, for the swing gates. ZLX24 should be in the same control board, control plastic box, sorry. The control board is the electronic board. Okay, so I made a little bit of confusion. Sorry for that. The installation in this case can be done in two different ways. In order to simplify the work to our installers, we have also provided the possibility to fix the box with the installation throughout the DIN bar. So instead of using the traditional mounting way with 4 holes and 4 screws, we can also go directly with the DIN bar. Why we talk about the antenna cable guide in the back side of the plastic box? Also because we will see throughout the presentation that the new RBE Plus has the specific connector inside the electronic dedicated to the GSM module. So that's why we may use the antenna going into the back side of the plastic box and reaching the upper side of this in order to be placed in a better way to capture the good signal strength. Of course, right now we are talking about the actual GSM module, which is a 2G version. As you know, some countries has already dismantled these technologies, but we are talking about also an incoming product that will be released in 2025, hopefully in the first 6 months, and we will have also the possibility to have a new GSM module which will work with 4G and 5G signals. So basically, when we talk about the dimensions of these new product, RBE Plus, we are talking about a cabinet, the plastic box, which is about 22.5 centimeters per 19.5, with a thickness of about 7 and 65 centimeters. Okay, so these are the main things that we need to say talking about the aesthetic part of the RBE Plus plastic, nothing more than this. But when we go inside, we can find out that there are 2 codes available. So first of all, there is the RBE Plus 24, which is the one powered in 24-volt AC DC, and the code is 806RB0060. So as we will see in the meanwhile, I can already say to you that it is compatible with the CXN BUS accessories. It can handle up to 5,000 different users. There is a 7-segment display inside the electronic, 4 outputs and 4 inputs, which can be used all together, which can be combined also. And there are also additional functions to control occasional or temporary users, thanks to the advanced settings that we can have with the Quick&Easy function. So this is the first model, 24-volt, IP54, and then there is the second one, which is named RBE Plus 230. The code is 860RB0070. This one is also suitable for the American market, so for the USA, because the power supply of this model goes from 120 up to 230. So this is mainly used for worldwide application, also for the markets that doesn't have 230 volts, sorry. So the facilities that are inside are the same. 24 volts or 230 doesn't change anything in terms of functionalities, of course. When we talk about the real improvements that we have That's why in these pages we compare in the bottom part the RBE4, which is the old model, and in the first line, the top one, we can talk about the features provided by the new device, RBE Plus. So we have already talked about the dimension, so we can go to the second point. The second column is related to the users. In this case, you can see that we have done an improvement, because from 33,000 only, we can have right now 5,000 of users. This means transmitters, PIN codes for the keypads, or better, badges for the transponders. As you can see, and as you can remember, the old RBE was not possible to be used with the bus accessories. Right now, we have an additional board, which is named RCXN. Then we will talk about a little bit better about this accessory, which is useful in order to connect to the RBE Plus additionals bus selectors like keypads and or transponders, or key selectors. Doesn't matter which is the type of bus accessory used. Anyway, we can do like this up to 8. So laterly, we will see also this information better explained. We have the key slot finally. So when you use the Kame key to configure the RBE Plus, or when you remove the Kame key in order to place the slave gateway, the Wi-Fi one or the radio one, in this case, there is the proper key slot, which doesn't require anymore the cable adapter, like it was with the RBE4. When we talk about numbers of output, obviously 4 ones has been used as per the RBE4. So 4 outputs, but we have also give the possibility to have 4 inputs. So just in case for specific markets, but not only for that reason, but mainly, let me say that some markets are requiring analog controls of the outputs. So in this case, we can use the inputs like monitoring the state of the outputs, or we can use as analog inputs. So we can define how they can work directly onto the setting page of the Kame Setup app or throughout the Kame Connect platform. Obviously, in this case, we have talked about the antenna before, so we have to say that the GSM can be linked, can be connected to the RBE Plus. In the meanwhile, sorry, I'm also controlling if there are any questions into the chat. And there is the specific terminal block dedicated to the GSM terminal. What about the clock functionality? This is something that comes thanks to the Kame Connect platform. So once the RBE Plus is connected to the cloud, to the internet better, you know, the clock functionality is inside. So we can use time slots for a multi-purpose solution. So access control depending on time, day of the week, access, basically access control facilities that are going and that are controlled better depending on time. But not only these, you know, if we have analog services that comes toward the release that are on board onto the RBE Plus, thanks to the Kame Connect, we can also have scenarios. So we can save, for example, a setting like the first output will be released automatically each Monday from 8 up to 10 o'clock. So this is another useful feature that is provided thanks to the clock functionality. Do you remember when we were using the RBE4, the old model, this functionality was only available by adding the clock board. So right now, this feature is integrated into the RBE Plus. Going ahead with the next slide, we can also have this one, sorry, where we can explain that the RBE Plus gives you the possibility to be controlled, or to control the outputs in different ways together in the same moment, contemporarily, so simultaneously. So it means that if we place the AF card, for example, inside the RBE Plus in order to use the transmitter, we can use this method to control the outputs together with the pin code DLed into the keypads, using the key into the key selectors, or using the badges or our smartphone into the transponder, Bluetooth transponder or classical, Mayfair or Manchester ones. In this case, please remember that if you want to use accessories that works with the CXN bus, this must be done, obviously, having the presence of the RCXN board installed into the RBE Plus. So this is an additional board, and laterly we will have also the code number, the part number of this. It is very important to say that these features is only available, and this is an improvement of the RBE Plus, the new one, because into the old one, we were obliged to choose which one of these functionality was used. So only one of these, not all together. So we were obliged to use the AF card because only one slot for additional boards was present, or just in case R800 in order to use keypads, or R700 in order to use transponders, sorry. So this was a choice, an obliged choice. Right now we can have transmitters plus keypads, selectors, key selectors, and transponder. So in my point of view, this is a very, very good and scalable and very useful solution, because you can choose which method do you prefer. So going ahead with the next information that I would like to share with you, obviously, there is also the CRP protocol management into the RBE Plus, which was not present. No one of these 4 features was present before. So we are talking about CRP protocol for up to 4 automations, CAM automation, of course. The possibility to have the log files, this is a feature that is mainly demanded to the CAM Cloud platform. Time slots management, also in this case, just because of the connectivity that the RBE Plus can have. And finally, we have placed here a column dedicated to the codes, just because if it is connected to the QBE Quick and Easy Access solution, we have additional features that goes in the direction to supply, to offer an additional access control solution, which is part of our portfolio right now. So once again, in order to collect all the information that we have seen up to now, QBE advanced functions, then we will explain why we have set it, this phrase, advanced function. We will explain at the end of the webinar. Management via CRP, integrated clock, and up to 5,000 users. Those are the main strength points of this RBE Plus. So once again, when we are going toward the explanation of the key points, once again, we have two different codes. The first one, 806RV0060, is for the model powered in 24 volts. The model which has the code at 806RV0070 is the RBE Plus powered from 120 up to 230 volts. So this is for the worldwide market. Finally, we have also here the code of the RCXN additional board. So when you need to use selectors, bus selectors, please remember that if you do not buy any kit, but if you make the composition by yourself, please pay attention that this board RCXN is an accessory. So when you need to use at least one bus selector, one keypad, for example, you need to add the RCXN, which is code number 806XG0110. So this is mainly used, or better, it is strictly necessary when you need to use keypads, transponder, both RFID or Manchester, doesn't matter, key and Bluetooth selectors. So please remember this important thing. Up to 5,000 users, or better, let me use the word codes. That could be transmitters, could be keypads, could be badges. So 5,000 of that can be used mixed in those three solutions. There is another one, of course, which is the smartphone used in order to communicate with the Bluetooth selector, just in case. But in this case, you have the application that recognizes yourself within the total amount of codes available. When we talk about the outputs and the inputs, we need to say that in addition to the traditional 4-power release, so 230 volts, 5 amperes, we have also introduced 4 inputs. They can be used in order to control the output release, to control third-party automations, to control the states of the monitor, so monitoring the states of the same outputs. So in order to have a feedback. Here, it is just placed an example where, for example, for the outputs, we have used generic door locks, lights, garden lights, irrigators, pedestrian gates. So all these services can be also managed by using analog push buttons, just in case. So let me say that once again, we are not only talking about CAME operator, because in this case, the automations can be also linked via CRP protocol. But when we talk about traditional release, we can connect everything. So that's why we say that RBE Plus is a generic access control solution that can perform a little bit more, because we can use selectors, we can use CAME accessories, we can have the CRP bus to go toward the CAME operators directly. So a lot of things that can be controlled, can be managed by this new product. And once again, another important feature that must be underlined, thanks to the management of the CXN bus accessories, right now it is also possible to associate selectors, the specific selector, with one or more defined outputs. Also, the codes can be, in this case, assigned to one specific selector. So it doesn't happen anymore that the code 123, which was a maintenance code, will work in all the selectors. only if I wouldn't want to do like that. But previously, it was possible to have the code that was working into all the keypads. So this is not useful in this case. In this case, it is a better management of the security accesses, giving the possibility to have a specific code to a specific selector and managing a specific output. So this is very important. In this simple example, we can see that the selector number one can manage the output, the relay, the service connected to the relay number one. The selector number two manages the other door, which is the one defined for the output 2, which is another door dedicated to the GIM. This should be a sort of little hotel. And selector 3 and 4 in these examples are linked to the output number 4, so to the relay number 4. Both of them, so means that in this room, which is the kitchen, it seems to be the kitchen, we may have one selector inside the room and another one outside. So one it is needed in order to enter and the other one in order to exit from the room. And finally, the selector number 5 can be used in order to go into this lounge area. Obviously, this is only an example. We have already talked about the selectors that can be used. So up to 8 ones connected to the RCXN board. When we are talking about the CRP, it's a different thing. So CRP bus can be used, of course, within the RBE Plus by adding, please remember this thing, the RSE both onto the RBE Plus and into the all automations controlled via CRP. So the RSE must be present in all these automations, CAME automations, in order to communicate each other. That's all. So up to 4 automations connected toward and via better CRP bus. Then we will go not only to the physical management of the outputs and inputs, but we will go to discover something about the connectivity. So in this slide, we are talking about the possibilities, the different possibilities based on the distances that are available with the RBE Plus. Please pay attention. Here we have write down for all the gateways the AC versions, just because we would like to speed up, to push up the access control facilities when we talk about RBE Plus. But it is not the only meaning. If you want to control simple in a simple way the RBE Plus, or better, if you need to use the RBE Plus in order to control simple release, simple outputs, you can do that without having the need to pass through the access control solution. So even by using, for example, an irrigator system, an irrigation system, you can go just with the Wi-Fi gateway simply by allowing the user to manage manually from the app the services, the irrigation. If you want to make an automatic irrigation solution, in this case, using the AC, you can plan the opening and closing, let me say, activating or disabling of the irrigator during the day of the weeks. So different behaviors if you have a standard gateway or an access control gateway. With the access control gateway, you can perform permissions and, of course, access control facilities. In the other cases, we can use scenarios which are a little bit different from the CAME Connect platform. Anyway, in this page, we can see 3 different systems, 3 different solutions in order to connect the RBE Plus to Kame Connect. So first of all, if we have short distances and if we have the RBE Plus reachable into the Wi-Fi network of our router, we can use the Wi-Fi gateway, which is the gray key directly installed into the RBE Plus. If we are talking about medium range distances, we are within 150 meters, 200 meters in open spaces, we need to go with the radio solution. So we need to use the slave module, which is the blue key, which works in 868 megahertz. On the other side, so these will be placed inside the RBE Plus. On the other side, we will have the QBE Quick and Easy access, which will work within the house and which will be connected to the homeland router. If we do not need the access control solution, of course, we can go with the QBE automation. That's the same thing. And in case of long distances or where you cannot lay it anywhere between the indoor station, the indoor cabinet and the outside station, we can use the GSM solution. So in this case, obviously, we need to have the main power, 24 volts or 120 or 230, but in this case means that by having the SIM card inside the GSM, we can go toward the internet to the internet directly via GSM. So once again, please note that this device 806SA0170 is the access control version, but right now it works in 2G. So for all the countries that have already switched off the 2G, it is better to wait for the new solution that will work in 4G, 5G mode, available within the beginning of 2025. So when we talk about access control, okay, in this case, let me enter a little bit into the user management, into the file log, and into the time slots management. So RBE Plus allows for access management by setting different time slots. So as you can see, sorry for that, but this picture is in Italian, but anyway, you can see that it is just an example. For each user, you can configure, you can set up a group of transmitters, badges, keypad, so the user can be part of this group that can access specific days of the week and during certain time slots. So this is very, very easy to be programmed, because here the configuration page is very, very polite, very simple, also to be understood. So as you can see, this column has the user. The other one, let me enlarge a little bit. These are the users. In this case, there is the weekly programming. Just in case you have extraordinary dates, for example, Christmas, summertime, summer closure, Easter, or some particular events during the year, you can add some other dates. And so you can define which are the outputs that you need to manage and to associate to this user group. So very, very easily. Just in case if you need to have more information about this, we can go through a specific topic about that. When we talk about the Kame Connect platform, we have also to say that it is also possible to access the event log files. So for each output and controller automation, we have the possibility to know who have get the access, so the name of the person that has entered, the type of access that has been granted. So if it has used the PIN code, if it is used the quick and easy solution, a transmitter, a badge swept in front of the transponder, the data and time of the specific event. So we can see also if the outcome result of the access of the event as being denied or allowed. So green allowed, of course, red denied. So in this case, we are talking about the improvement of the security and the control of these RBE Plus that has been offered thanks to the event log function and time slot management. So in this case, the feature from my point of view is very useful for condominium administrators, building managers, and owners of complex automation systems that needs to control and to even to monitor the status of the gates or the outputs managed by the RBE Plus. So hopefully up to now it should be something. Okay, there are some questions. Sorry. Can we use the automation application to control the connected CRP automation onto the RBE Plus? Of course. I do not have mentioned this, but simply by passing through the Wi-Fi or the radio, of course, gateways, we have these facilities. So within the automation app, we can see the new RBE, which is named with the description of the control board, which is SRN1. So this is the name of the control board. We will see later. And you can find it. You can rename the outputs. You can have additionally outputs, inputs, and also the four controlled automations. The other two questions, how many events in memory? These must be investigated by myself, so I would like to take a note about this. I will give you the answer in the next days. So when I will have the answer, of course, I will forward to you. And is it possible to export the logs files? As I know, this is not feasible because right now this device has to be intended with the access control facilities, but not completely improved with these features. So also in this case, I will inform myself, but right now, when I have used this device, I honestly do not see any export button. So I'm pretty sure that this has not been improved in this version of the RBE Plus. If you need to export also the event logs, I'm pretty sure that you need to use a different type of access control solution, like, for example, the ACS01. But just in case, I will inform myself also about that. So just let me take note about the names of the people that has asked these features. And of course, once I get the answer, I will reply back to all of you, not only to the relevant people. So going ahead with the automatic access code management, this is another features that it is mainly related to the Quick and Easy device, QBE Quick and Easy device, of course. So when it is linked or combined with the RBE Plus with additional keypads, selectors, and transponders, of course, these helps or better allows the administrator to automatically generate a code for guests, temporary guests, and select a validity period. So what happens? Let me enlarge a little bit. The administrator can go into the permission tab of the Connect platform. So this is the web app, can create a new permission, choosing the language of the text message that will be sent to the temporary guest. Then into the second step of this configuration method or procedure, we will write down the check-in and the checkout dates with the relevant timing, and finally which will be the outputs or the CAME devices that can be controlled by that specific user. What happens when we save these settings? That CAME Connect will send an email directly to the email address of our user. And this is what the user will have as answer. So the user will receive, in this case, it is just an example, the mail comes from B&Bs Roses, and the access is for the guest named Sandra Alexas. So very particular name. Anyway, within the email, the PIN code is already displayed. So this is randomly and automatically generated by the CAME Connect platform. So we will receive as temporary guests a PIN code. When we make the login by pressing the login button, we will go directly into the web page showing into our browser, Google Chrome, Safari, doesn't matter, Mozilla or others. Microsoft Edge could be another one. Anyway, we will land in a page where the virtual keypad will be present. Into this keypad, we can simply dial our PIN code, and then we will get the access. The page will be moved into the next one, which will be the one showing the buttons that controls the outputs directly. So this is very easily. And the same code, in this case 91921, can be also used locally in case there will be a keypad nearby the door in order to let me enter. So if you remember well, the actual QBE Quick and Easy solution was not having this feature. So the code provided by CAME Connect was not useful to be used locally into the keypad, into the existing keypad nearby the doors. So in this moment, we have aligned the behavior of these different devices that all together talk about and communicate each other, passing through the RBE Plus. This is a very good improvement from my point of view. Finally, we need just to talk about the control board, the name of the control board, so the one that you will find out within the setup app in order to configure all the names of the outputs and the names of the controlled automations. It is named SRN1. So this is the name, the description of the control board, which is inside the RBE Plus. And these are the main parts, the relevant parts that belongs to the electronic board. So we have the 7-segment display going not clockwise, but into the other sense. We have the power supply terminal block, which is red colored. The 4 outputs, which are located in correspondence to the release. If we have paid for the additional RCXN board, we can find out it in the middle of the RBE Plus control board. So it is an additional accessories. Please remember this. 4 inputs terminal block is this one, just in case the antenna for the radio module as being for the transmitter in case of the F is there. And immediately in the nearby area of the antenna is also the AF board slot. So when we need to use transmitters, we need to use the AF card, of course. The RSE, when you use the CRP protocol toward CAME operators, can be used by having the RSE plugged into this slot, the upper one, and the terminal block with A, B, G, and D pins is that one. Finally, there are the RGSM terminal block directly connected here, and the control these slots dedicated for the CAME key. So black one is used to program the system, of course. Gray one is the Wi-Fi model, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth model, and the blue one is the radio one that communicates with the QBE Quick and Easy access or QBE automation. Let me answer to other two questions that are present in the chat. About the code to key code is now available to the old one RBE2. About the code to key code, I do not understood the question, sorry. The code to the keypad, probably. You were mentioning the possibility to have the same code shared to the other one between the browser and the physical keypads. In this case, it is not available for the old RBE. Only the new one manages these features. Just the RBE Plus, okay? So these two, the codes works contemporarily into the web page and into the physical keypads only by having the new RBE Plus. It is possible to connect RSLV, as I know, no. It is not possible to connect the RSLV because here we have only the management of the RSE board and directly via A, B, G, and D the possibility to manage automations, not RSLV. Okay. There is another question. Other two questions, sorry. Does RBE Plus and CAME Connect platform have the ability to send an email with information about input activation, something like an alarm input? This could be interesting. Okay, sorry. So I have a real-time information. It was not in my knowledge, but I need to correct myself. Thanks to my colleague that has promptly answered to this. It is also possible to use RSLV. So even instead of RGSM, you can use the same pins exactly. So this was my failure. So you can use RSLV connected in this terminal. So sorry for my mistake. And thanks for the colleague that has given me the correct answer. And for the other information, for the other question better, it could be interesting. As I know, there is no push notification or something like this available right now, but it could be a good idea to share with the product manager. So I take the note about this, and I will share here within CAME, talking about with the other relevant people. Request. I save the file, the information, just in order to share with the product manager. So thanks for this. Right now, I do not have an answer. So from my point of view, it is not feasible, but it could be a good thing to think about. And another thing, sorry for the question, but the bus module optional, even in the kit, we are reaching these questions. So let me show the kits, okay, the composition of the kits. So the first kit that I would like to show you is the one named 8K06RV007. So this is useful when you need to use a simple solution by having a transmitter, one, more of them, that manages the outputs of the 4-channel receiver solution. So basically, in this situation, if you use only transmitter, you do not need to use any other facility. Of course, you need the RBE Plus inside the kit. You need transmitters. In this case, 2 are already included into the kits with the IF43CS board, the antenna, and the cable of the antenna. So this is the 4-channel receiver solution. But as you wrote, when we talk about the Quick&Easy solution, mainly dedicated to the access control that belongs to the management of the accesses, of course, in these 3 kits, the RCXN is already included, because you can see from yourself, because there is one keypad inside the kit. So obviously, in this case, we have the 3 different solutions. GSM, it is named 8K06RV010. Sorry, there is a mismatch onto the labels. The kits that have the Quick&Easy with the radio slave module, it is 8K06RV008, and the Wi-Fi one has code 8K06RV009. So different methods to connect the RBE Plus to the Kame Connect by having the RGSM AC model in the first one, QBE Quick&Easy access in the second one, and gateway, Wi-Fi gateway in the third one. We can find out the gateway, the RBE Plus, obviously, the RCXN control board inside, plus one wired keypad. So that's why we have used these kits when we need to have the access control facilities with one keypad inside, and obviously the RCXN bus extension. So 806XG 0110 could be added when you think about single devices to be buyed from the customer. So, for example, I come back to this slide. If you need also to add a local keypad or a local selector in this solution, the 4-channel receiver solution, you have to add not only the selector, but also the RCXN expansion. So that's the matter of this thing. Okay. Okay. So obviously we have placed here some additional strengths that are the benefits for the installers and for the users, but we have already talked about this. So management up to 5,000 users, accessories via CXN bus, and 4 outputs, 4 inputs, easy installation. In this case, I can try to answer another question. Is there a predetermined mounting place? If you think about a sort of mask for the holes, you need to place the box on the wall that you need to use to fix the control board, and then just seeing the four points where you need to drill it. or you need to place the dim bar. But otherwise, okay. Is there a predetermined amount in place for the RCXN? So in this case, let me say there is a specific connector. So when we go here, the RCXN extension can be placed only in that position. So there is a specific connector within the electronic module. So I hopefully think that this could be okay. The matter of what you are telling and what you are asking. Okay, so if we go to the user benefits, in this case, it is to be underlined that via RBE Plus, it could be managed all type of automations, not only CAME, because they work with the CRP protocol, but also generic devices that goes throughout a simple relay. Manageable via smartphone. That's the meaning of use the automation app, thanks to the answer that has been shared into the chat, and time slots and scenarios thanks to the Camera Connect platform. So that's the full overview of the new RBE Plus product. Obviously, you already know how the training department office is composed. Marco Di Tommaso is the manager. Stefano Bonacasa and myself are the training specialists. Stefano is more dedicated to the automations, to the camera operators, while myself, I'm more dedicated to smart home, thermoregulation, intercom systems, and burglar alarm solution, and also QB Quick and Easy access and RBE Plus and ACS 01. Okay, so within the training lab platform, you will be able to find out the documentation of the today webinar. I was thinking about the timing, but we have used all the hour that was at our disposal. So thanks for your participation. Here you can have all the contacts, all the useful contacts in order to get in contact with ourselves or to find out some additional documentation. And finally, please remember that there is a new channel available right now, not only Facebook, we are talking about social media channels, not only Instagram, not only LinkedIn, but also WhatsApp. So if one of your customers would like to follow the news of CAME also by having a smart way to do that throughout WhatsApp, it can be used this QR code in order to enroll to this additional method. So that's all.